What is going on, guys? Politics Gaming here, and today we are going to be playing the political process. This is a brand new game that I have discovered, which is one of the most realistic looking, detailed games of politics that I've ever played in my entire life. It is way more detailed than Power and Revolution, Democracy 3, or Superpower could ever want to be. And this one is going to be updated very, very frequently, and I definitely recommend you guys buy it in this episode or video. Don't know if this is going to be a series. If you guys want to, I will make it, because this game does have a lot of things that you can do with your character. So in any case, we're going to be making a character today, and if honestly I could actually make a series out of this. Anyway, let's go ahead and make a new game. This basically allows you to create a character for yourself. So what we are going to do, we are going to randomize some of this. But then I'm gonna show you guys about it. So we're gonna name him Raymond Thomas. Let's go ahead and name him Raymond Thomas. We're gonna go to his appearance. I'm gonna go ahead and pick a certain hairstyle for him for this game. And if you guys are interested and you want to get this game, go ahead and let me know, and I will be holding a giveaway for it. So what we can actually do is we can actually define some economic, political policy for the guy, because again, and I'm going to show you guys, you can run for a lot of offices in this game, and we are going to be running for office in this video. Do you support raising the minimum wage? Yes, we're going to be shooting for that. Do you believe that government aid to the poor does more good or more harm in terms of helping the poor raise themselves out of poverty? We're going to go ahead and do more good, because I do support raising things as long as it is paid for. But then coming down to tax policy, I'm going to put decrease on all of these. Actually maintaining rich taxes would actually be interesting, but we can change these later. Raise taxes and decrease spending. So we're going to do lower taxes and decrease spending for that. Do you support or oppose a flat tax? We're going to go ahead and put support. Do you support or oppose a background check system when purchasing guns? Yes, we do. Do you support or oppose stricter gun control laws? We're going to go ahead and oppose those right now. Do you support or oppose banning high-capacity magazines? We're going to go ahead and oppose those. We're going to oppose the banning of sale of assault weapons. Do you support or oppose deadly force, stand your ground laws? We're going to support that. Do you support or oppose free community college? We're going to oppose. I kind of support it on a state level basis. You know what? On a state level basis, I do support that. We're going to go ahead and put oppose for now. Do you support or oppose free preschool for all eligible children? We're going to go ahead and put support. Or oppose, actually. But for increasing the salary of public schools teachers, we're going to go ahead and support. Do you support or oppose a path to citizenship or illegal immigrants who meet certain requirements, such as no criminal record? We're going to support. We're going to support the tightening of U.S. security at the border. We're going to support immigrants for job skills. Do you support or oppose food companies? We're going to go ahead and support that. Do you support or oppose reducing the income wage gap between the rich and the poor? We're going to oppose. We're going to support gay marriage. Do you support or oppose to gay couples? Yes. Do you support recreational marijuana? Yes. Do you support or oppose making all abortions illegal? We're going to go ahead and oppose that. And regarding abortion, are you pro-choice or pro-life? We're going to go ahead and put pro-choice. And in regards to this, guys, just so you know, my reasoning for that is my actual opinion. I am pro-choice because I do not believe the government should be allowed to tell you what to do. If you want to do something, you should do it without government intervention. You should do it up to yourself, your doctor, and your family. So that is why I am pro-choice. Do you support or oppose defunding reproductive health programs that perform abortions even if the funding is not used toward abortion? We're gonna oppose that, honestly, because Planned Parenthood is kind of a bad company, but in regards to other companies similar to that, they do provide essential sex education. They provide not abstinence. They basically provide birth control. A lot of these things that do prevent pregnancies, but if you don't want that pregnancy, then they give you the option to abort that baby. Do you support or oppose defunding? Do you support or oppose cutting food stamps to reduce the federal deficit? We're going to go ahead and support that because I do support anything that will drastically reduce the federal deficit. Do you support or oppose the Social Security program, which provides monthly payments to retirees? We're going to go ahead and support Social Security for now. Do you think there should be more, less, or equal emphasis on solar energy, such as energy policy? We're going to do more for solar, more for wind, more for natural gas. Well, equal, actually. And then less on oil, more on nuclear, and less on coal. When it comes to environmental policy, which should take priority, preservation of the environment or growth of the economy, i.e. stricter pollution regulations to protect the environment versus eliminating pollution regulations for economic growth. Do we believe that the environment is more important or the economy? We're going to go ahead and put the economy because I do have a strong economic stance, so I do believe that emphasizing the economy more may actually help. And in the long run, it can help the environment if used right, but as of right now, I do believe that the economy is more important than kind of trying to fend off global warming, but we shouldn't go too crazy with it, so I'm kind of in the middle of it, but I do emphasize economic policy more than environmental policy. I believe humans do have a cause in global warming. Do you support or oppose limiting the amount of greenhouse gases emitted by power plants? I'm going to oppose that. But I do support, or actually, I think I want to flip these. Mandatory controls I'm going to oppose. I do support. I'm going to go ahead and put support on that. I'm going to oppose. I'm going to support both of those, I guess. Spending more money on development of solar and wind technologies. I'm going to support anything. Support or oppose spending federal money to develop alternate fuel sources. For automobiles, I'm going to put support. Do you support or oppose permitting federal government land to be used for oil exploration? I'm going to support. Do you support or oppose increasing auto emission standards for automobiles? I'm going to put oppose. And then do you support or oppose policies to reduce U.S. carbon emissions? Actually, that is what I was thinking of earlier. We're going to go ahead and say that we do want to maintain our current military spending levels. Do you support or oppose a single-payer universal health care program? We're going to oppose that. And then do you support or oppose an expanded Medicare program providing more low-wage workers with access to Medicaid? And we're going to support. So we're then at the very bottom, we actually have the option to calculate our ideology. So our fiscal ideology is very conservative. We are conservative fiscally, but socially we are liberal. We are identified as liberal because of our stances on things like global warming, energy probably, and more likely that, and even health policy if you kind of look into it a little more. So then we are going to give ourselves a little bit of money. Don't think we're actually going to do a starting position. Or actually we could, because I do actually want to run for office. So we actually have a lot of options that we can run for in this game. You can run for school board, city council, mayor, state house, state senate, governor, U.S. House, U.S. Senate, or president. And I will show you guys what it is actually like doing that, because it is very interesting. We're gonna give ourselves $2 million, and I don't think I'm gonna put myself in a position. And then we are going to make ourselves 25 years old. Let's go ahead and change our name, Michael. Nick. Alexander Hoover. Let's go ahead and do that. We're actually going to make him a Republican too. Forgot to do that. So we're going to go ahead and continue on with this. So this is the cool part that I'm going to show you guys, and you guys are going to probably shit yourselves whenever you see what I'm going to be able to do. So in this, we actually have the national summary of the United States politically. 316 million people with a poverty rate of 15.4%, 49% Democrat, and 46% Republican, as well as 5% independent. Now, what state should we start in? So we actually have a lot of options. Do we want to be a California Republican? Do we want to be a Texas Republican? Do we want to be in Virginia or Pennsylvania? So we actually have all 50 states that we are able to kind of look at and say, hey, we're going to go ahead and start out of here, and then we will be a part of that state's politics. So if I'm actually going to do a little bit of something here. We can do swing state like Ohio. We can do Pennsylvania, Michigan, Wisconsin. I do have another game going on as Texas, but I kind of don't want to do. Let's go back to the U.S. map. Let's see what other states we got. Ohio. Let's go ahead and come out of Indiana. Indiana is going to be a good choice. Delaware County, Marion County, Lake County. Let's do a suburban county. So we got Hancock, Hamilton, Boone, Hendricks, Morgan, and Johnson. Let's do Johnson County. 145,000 people, 66% Republican, 29% Democrat, and 5% independent. So then we can choose the city. So then we're going to go ahead and do Franklin, Indiana. We're going to start in 2019. You know what? Actually, let's go ahead and start in 2015. This is the default difficulty. So then we can do city council district, school board district, city council district, state senate district, and then congressional district. So I'm going to go ahead and make sure that all this information is correct for Franklin, and then we're going to go on from there. Yeah, it looks like we are going to go ahead and stick with all these districts right here. 73. Let me actually do advanced options. States, city. Just to make sure. That I'm doing Franklin. Population of 23,000. But this is Franklin or John. This is Johnson County. That's what I've been trying to say, actually. So Johnson County actually has 156,000 people. So we are in the correct county. And then I'm just gonna go ahead and come out of all of this. So then we're gonna go ahead and start up this game. Your chief of staff will help you through the political process, and then we're going to go ahead and select Bertram Guster. Hi, I'm your new chief of chat, Bertram Guster. I will be helping you navigate your political career. You guys are free to read this. There's a lot to read. Gonna go ahead and hit continue on that. We are a year away from the 2016 elections. Right now, we have the ability to actually run for certain offices. We can run for school board, city council, mayor, or party chair for the city campaign committee. We're going to go ahead and apply for mayor. Organize the general strategy of the campaign. And we're going to go ahead and select Jordan Anthus. And then we're going to go over here. Let's go for... We're going to reduce property taxes. Infrastructure is going to be our number 2 priority. And crime priority. Reduce drug crime rate and decrease jail sentences. So we have no campaign funds. So we go over here. We're going to go ahead and donate. Give ourselves a good donation of $125,000 out of our $2 million piggy bank. And we are going to do some door knocking. So this is how you campaign. This is where you are able to come out and say, this is where this is my policy. We are running for mayor, so that's... increases, and then we basically kind of have to do this for a little bit. And as mayor, we are going to be able to delegate marketing. We're gonna give this guy $40,000. Running against an incumbent mayor. So he's been mayor of Franklin since 2004. Been involved in politics since 2000. So it's gonna be a little bit of an uphill battle. Got $1,000 coming in every month or every week. Do some door knocking. I'm concerned about my current taxes. Crime is pretty bad here. Addressing current crime levels. Okay, let's go ahead and actually do something about that. So we're going to go over to overview. We have 86,000. This is all the stuff. We have campaign metrics. We can go over here to finances. We have polls that we can actually ask people for. There's a lot of stuff that you can actually do in this game, and then the election system is actually very interesting, and I'm very happy with that. We have 55% approval rating. Years actually go by very fast in this game. So we're gonna go over to packs. We have ways of getting money in this game. We have organizations, which will give us. Let's go ahead and give you contrary to one another. So he doesn't want me. National labor. What about you? So gun rights guy is gonna love us. National medical. Retiree association. So retirees like us. Women's rights. She loves me. Environmental associations. national education. No. So then we can go over to PACs, and we can actually ask for ideology PACs. So this is ideology political action committees. We have clean energy PACs, coal mining. What's going to be something... What about pro-choice? These guys are going to give us money for certain races, but I don't think they're actually going to be able to give us money if we're running for mayor. State House, they will. State Senate, Governor, U.S. House, U.S. Senate, they're going to give you money, but I don't know if they're actually going to be able to give us money because we're running for mayor. So we're going to go for a conservative construction pack as well. Higher the trust score, the more contributions Canada will receive. And this is kind of what you do for the game, but it's a very interesting game. I love it. It's very worthwhile. It's worth it's like $11 on Steam, but it's so interesting. It's actually a very interesting game. Poverty during campaign, support for your policies while red indicates a decrease. So poverty is a strong point we need to go for. Television ads, $7,000. Poverty, general. Let's go ahead and put that in there. Democrats really like that. That's just for getting our name out there. Franklin County, let's go ahead. Do some fundraising. What's our finances looking like? $89,000, $91,000. We're getting $1,300 a week, so that's good. Door knocking. Interviews. We don't have any interviews. Which, I mean, I only see these things happen whenever I'm running for, like... Okay, so here's the primary. And we have won the primary for the mayoral campaign. We beat out the incumbent Horn. The vote count was 11,875 to 10,260. 53.6 points to 46.4 points. We will be running against Haley Stacks in this mayoral election. That was a very crowded Democratic field in the primary, but we have won our first election for the series of the political process, when we are going to move forward toward the actual election for this game. Congratulations on winning the primary election. The hard part is over. The party demographics are in your favor, so as long as you do not anger your base or lose too many independent voters, you will likely win the election. So that's kind of it whenever you're in a very strong county for your party, Democrat or Republican. Federal exit polls. This was from the 2015 primary election. So, city, mayor, Alexander Hoover will be moving forward. Let's go ahead and do that. 5547. Let's go ahead and do that. We're actually moving forward with Democratic voters. Let's go ahead and tell our voters that we do support increasing the minimum wage and just win over some of those Democratic voters. Let's go ahead and conduct a poll. Approval rating, name recognition, and voter intention. It's going to cost us $10,000. Everyone knows who I am, and they have a higher approval rating than Haley Stacks. And voter intention is 75.2 points for me, and 24.8 points for our opponent. When will the election take place? Legislation. We hold office, so we can't do anything yet. Let's go to campaign. Let's see where our finance is coming from. Interviews, rallies, just kind of keep doing this. You do not currently have a job. Thank you. So this is going to take place on week 45 of this year. That is actually what I was looking for, but I kind of forgot. We're going to go ahead and start building up our contacts. Liberal construction, congressional Republicans pack, just in case. That's for U.S. House, but whatever. Conservative agricultural pack. Give about $4.4 million. State House or State Senate is going to be our next goal for office. If you guys actually do have a... be realistic whenever you say this, but what is your next opinion on what we should run for? I'm already looking forward to our next thing. I'm most likely going to want to run for state. Not governor yet. Something smaller to kind of get our feet in the water in state politics. So we have State House and State Senate. I think State House would be a pretty good one. State Senate could be another one. Both of these are very Republican dominated, so we would definitely just need to beat out our incumbent, and that's something that would help us. Dedicate $10,000 to this. It's poverty, taxes, crime, infrastructure. Let's go ahead and just do that. Presidential primary debate. It's to improve the education, improve healthcare, and reduce blah 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 blah. Nothing really interesting. Kinda think a suggestion for that for the maker would actually be to make something a little more interesting whenever it comes to this. But I mean, this is pretty cool. In correlation to that, watch the Republican. I'm not gonna watch it. Bill has passed. An assault weapon ban. Oh, good. What's going on in the state of Indiana? Unemployment benefits. Sent the conference report to adjust any discrepancies between the House and Senate versions of the bill. Wait. HR 3? What's going on with HR 3? Eliminate eliminates Medicaid expansion, reducing the number of people. Did this pass? Passed committee with the 13-4 vote. Passed the House 79-21. Passed the Senate committee. Okay, so Indiana has gotten rid of Medicaid expansion, saved them money, but got rid of a lot of people on healthcare. I do not support that. If we ever get into state politics, then that is going to be a goal of mine to get Medicaid expansion back. Hopefully on a city level, we can actually help our people in relation to that. A debate has been organized. Would you like to participate in the debate? 58-23 people will watch this debate. So what message do you want to communicate to the debate audience? Each option will have a different effect on how the audience responds. Express a commitment to focus on party values and push forward the party's agenda. Focus on issues and plan. I'm going to go ahead and go straight off with that. Democrats did not like that for some reason. And that was just another thing for it. So next turn we actually do, there will be the election will take place, and I will go ahead and show you guys that. We are beating the living crap out of our opponent, and we have won the election 78.5 to 21.5. We are now mayor of Franklin. This is the election system in this game. I do actually really like this election system. It's very interesting, and you can actually see exit polling on other tabs for this game. But this is the election basic way of how you deal with elections in this game. Very, very interesting. Your term will begin on the first week of the year. All information and responsibilities related that will be in the office tab. So we did finally beat out our election very, very overwhelmingly. First election to actually do that. So congratulations to us, City Council. We do have to deal with the City Council. Let's go ahead and look at our metrics and election. What's our City Council looking like? 4-1. And mayor, well, we actually have to wait, so attend the Thanksgiving parade. We're gonna go ahead and do that. It's just kind of like a description for it. I like how Thanksgiving is in here, but not Christmas. We're not gonna be watching any of these primary debates. In 2016, the following elections will take place: State House, State Senate, U.S. House, U.S. Senate, and Class 3 Senate. And presidential election will take place. State Representative Walter Hines will not seek re-election. If you run in this election, you have a good chance of winning. Okay. Could have ran for state representative, but we could actually do that. Alright, so as mayor of Franklin, we actually do have a priority list that we can actually do. So the fire department keeps the community safe by extinguishing fires and providing fire safety initiatives. Current fire chief. Who has the highest experience? 53. Ideology, very conservative. We're going to go ahead and keep our current fire chief. Current chief financial officer, 48. Experience, 100%. In history, Franklin director of finance, 2015 to 2019. Experienced applicants, 76, 86, 88. So we're going to go ahead and keep. Social services, we're going to keep you. So that was it. So what kind of state laws are going to affect this year? Elimination of Medicaid expansion. Decrease of unemployment benefits from $61.50 to $56.62. Jesus. And increase of the minimum wage from $7.25 to $8 an hour. National laws. Oh, nice. national law is going into effect this year is the legality of cannabis. So the legal sale of cannabis on a federal level is now legal. You have unfilled protege spots. City, state, and federal departments have updated their annual reports. So this is the piece of this game that I actually love the most. We can come over here, we can introduce things to the city council. We do actually have the option to run for state representative right now, if we want, which we can. Do we want to? Which it said that we have a very good chance of winning. Yeah, 1,234 political points. That's the fastest I've ever seen it. So we are actually going to go ahead and run for state representative. We're going to choose this guy right here. Focus on education. Universal, increase the graduation rate. Education. We're going to go for health. No. Crime. We're going to go for crime. Increase jail length for drug crimes. We're going to select that. And tax. We're going to reduce the sales tax. So we should be able to start getting money from a lot of these things. We're going to go ahead and come over here. Got increased Republican support. If we actually just get the... so we're going to go congressional. Conservative communications. We're going to get a lot of these PACs involved. Electric utilities. So create a city budget. This is one of the things that I have actually not done before. We do not have an income tax. So we can review over all of these and actually do something throughout each and every one of these. So we have mandatory expenditures, which is like public housing, anything that becomes mandatory, and then we have discretionary, which is all of this. We can take the easy way out, and we can just hit balance budget, and then it sends it right to the city council. The city council debates on it, makes amendments, and then they send it back to me, and then I can sign it if I want, which I'm most likely going to do, mostly because this is a lot of stuff. Road construction is going to be one of our priorities. We do have a city status. We do not have anything in the trust funds, so we don't have any roadway trust funds that we can go off of. We have a $10 million deficit, and net we are $2 million in debt. Traffic operation and streetlight maintenance. So we need to reduce spending enough to where we need to get rid of $10 million that's clogging up our money right now. We're going to put $12 million into road construction. Social services. You know what? We're going to hit balanced budget. City treasury 0. We're going to submit that to the city council. We go to the next turn. I think they actually do that? City? What's going on with the city? Just a lot of these primary debates. Christ. I think if we literally just go up to week 45, it's just going to go right up to the election. But I kind of do want to make sure that I'm not going to fuck over my chances at getting elected. So every couple of weeks, we need to make sure that we're doing something. That's efficient. Let's go rallies, because we're going... Oh, this is the primary. I always forget there's a primary. And we have won our second election. District 58 State House primary results are in. 11,346 people, or 56.9% of the electorate has voted for us. And this is a district for District 58 of the state of Indiana. Washington Coden has lost his bid for this, so we are immediately going toward the general election. Hard part is over. We just need to make sure we don't screw over our base, and we will win this statewide race. City Council, just kind of do the same thing over and over again. 2,300, just kind of go a couple weeks of doing some fundraising, and then we're going to go back to interviewing, which really does get our readers and people to rally behind us. 58% is slowly increasing our Republican turnout. Fundraiser with Isabel, with the governor. She supports us. 25 political points, and we're just kind of racking up political points, and by the time we even get in there, what is our minimum wage? 7. We're going to go ahead and support that. We have signed our first law. Vote on legislation assault weapon ban. I'm going to oppose that legislation. No. We're going to go ahead and create some legislation, though, just to get a little bit more political points. Energy assistance, public housing, health, what do we got? We're actually going to prison sentence for drug crimes. We're going to go ahead and put that down to 1 year. Submitted to the city council. They passed it 5-0. Nice. And I will sign that into law. Then we get more political points off of that. Social services, $848,000. Poverty reduction, bill analysis. This program would save approximately. So before the election, we're going to go ahead and again try to get a couple of laws in. Education, nothing on tax policy. Poverty, education for the unemployed, minimum wage. High school equivalency, $42,000, 43%. No, that's not economically viable. Public housing, can we get public housing in? What would that be? $15 million, that's a lot. We're going to do that on a statewide level. Watch the presidential debates. Kind of don't care. Election is coming up. We have another fundraiser. We should, yeah, we're getting a lot of money from our PACs and individuals. Making about $1,000 every week. Debate has been organized, focus on the issues. We're gonna go express a commitment, focus on party values. Really got the Republicans that like us. We're gonna do a questionnaire. That's literally just a questionnaire. Marketing, events. We're gonna do one more event. And next slide, we will be doing our statewide level election. And next turn, running elections. We are swathing District 58. We will be winning this election by 71.8 points to 28.2 points. The final, all votes have been counted. 23,346 people have voted for us, and 9,158 people have voted for my opponent. So let's go ahead and do that. Congratulations on winning the election. We are now state representative of District 58 of the state of Indiana. Now we have the 2016 presidential election coming in, and we are going to see who will be winning that election right now. Republican candidate is in the lead. Very important states. The Democrats have won the state of Indiana. Indiana has flipped toward the Democrats. Wow, this is going to be a massive landslide for the Democratic Party in this election. Definitely won Texas. However, the Republicans have won Iowa. The Republicans have lost Florida, North Carolina. This is a massive embarrassment for the Republican Party. 367 electoral votes to 171 electoral votes. 75 million people to 63 million people. Massive landslide for the Democrats. Indiana has flipped to the Democratic Party. This is a massive upset for the Republicans in the state of Indiana. What will this mean for us? Let's go ahead and find out. I don't even know if the state legislature is still Republican. So we need to figure that out real quick. 2016, 55 to 45, so we still have a majority. What about in the state Senate? 27 to 23. Very, very close election. Very, very close. So Indiana has become a battleground state. And wow, we have enough. So we are going to put ourselves on a tax and fiscal policy committee and the education committee. This is actually literally, this is what you can actually do whenever you get onto, well, actually, I can become the committee chair of the energy and environment, commerce. So what do they do? Interest of workforce, minimum wage, training programs for the unemployed, energy and environment. We're going to go ahead and do tax and education right now. We are going to join a caucus today. You can actually join a caucus. So we have the Republican Conservative Committee, the Moderate Republican Committee, and then the Libertarian Caucus. We're going to go ahead and join the Moderate Republican Caucus because you have been selected as the vice chairperson of the Moderate Republican Caucus. As vice chair, any legislation you write will be supported by all caucus members so long as you have a good relationship with the group. Now, general events, we have a meeting. I was in there. State laws. So now, week 1 of 2017. So once I actually wrap this up, this is going to be the last of this episode for now. This is going to be what it's going to be like going over House bills, House resolutions. So we have a gasoline tax we're hearing over right now. This increases the tax from 30 cents to 47 cents. The legislation will produce an estimated tax revenue of $1.4 billion for the state of Indiana, an increase of approximately $538 million is equivalent to increasing taxes by $133 per taxpayer, or expressed by as a percentage, an increase of 57%. Then you have a couple of people that actually say that they will support it or are against it. Are we for this? I'm going to go ahead and say yes. No, that was actually to make an amendment. So we're going to actually propose an amendment to this. 37 cents. So this is on my amendments. We're going to support that amendment. Everyone did 12 to 6. This is the budget voting. And then we're going to do a House vote on that same legislation, 30 cents to 37 cents. Support, and that did not pass committee, so it will not go to any House vote and will not go to the Senate. Then you have vote summaries. It tells you who voted for what. So I joined Democrats in supporting this piece of legislation. All Republicans voted against it. So we're going to go ahead and continue that. That is what it is like to have something like that. Then we're going to go ahead and go through all of these other pieces of legislation. And then we're going to stop after this one. Committee hearing on H.R. 2, unemployment insurance. This will decrease unemployment benefits from 56.59 to 56.51. So we're going to do continue. Do you want to create an amendment for this? No. And then we're going to go to the actual vote in committee. That's passed 12 to 6 and will be sent to the House chamber for a vote. So I'm going to show you what an actual vote looks like. Floor debate. This goes to the floor. Unemployment insurance, sponsor Isabel Sargent. Blah, blah, blah. And then it shows you what certain people are doing. And then this was because because our current spending is unsustainable, because it does decrease it. The governor supports H.R. 2 for unemployment benefits. The Speaker of the State House supports it. Socially conservative Democrats do not support it, so we're going to go ahead and do the actual vote. We're going to go ahead and support that piece of legislation. It has passed the State House 63 to 37. It will now go to the Senate for committee hearings and a vote. And then, if I can actually come over here, let's go to the state. So it passed the Senate committee 10 to 7. And it now goes to the Senate for a vote. The governor has signed it into law. It was passed by the state Senate 30 to 20. It will now be sent for a conference report to adjust any discrepancies between the House and Senate versions of the bill. Governor Isabel Sargent has signed this bill into law, and now this will be implemented next year. So guys, if you guys like this video, go ahead and leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you are new. If you want to see more political process, and if you want to see me climb the political ladder, please let me know. I really enjoy this game. If you want to see me run for governor, possibly, if you guys want to see me run for governor or House of Representatives or the Senate, please let me know. In any case, guys, I will see you guys in the next one. Again, let me know. And if you guys are interested, I will be giving away one Steam code for this game. So if you guys like this game that much, please let me know if you're interested in the giveaway. So in any case, guys, thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I'll see you all in the next one.